Second day of the hunt. We had awesome weather yesterday, and today it's just not cooperating. The next 5 days it's supposed to be like this, so what can you do? You gotta hunt. It's so cold. The first day of the hunt, we're all pumped up and ready for the next, 4 or 5 days, but the weather took a turn for the worst, and it was just raining and freezing, sleet. I mean, the hunting was fun, but the weather was not.
Let's go ahead and go up here and take a peek off this side here. Most of these bigger open muskeg areas up on top, they kind of use the fringe more than the middle. So we'll go check this edge, and then we'll work our way up it a little bit further, and then we'll kind of make a triangle, cut across the middle of it, and then work the other edge back down to where we came.
Sounds good.
Up from. See what we can find.
Let's do it, man. It's cold out here. It's cold out here. We just finished up our second day of the hunt. As you can see, the weather has not been cooperating. And tomorrow it's supposed to be even worse, so we'll see what happens.
I talked Sam into letting us go duck hunting, which I thoroughly enjoyed.
We decided to do a little bit of waterfowl hunting, which we targeted mainly the sea ducks. They get pretty thick starting from now, and then run all the way through the end of the season into December.
Yeah! Harlequin, baby. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. You don't get these back down south. That's why he's going on the wall, make a nice mount. Day 3 of the hunt. As you can see, the weather has gotten worse. But what can you do? We got 5 days of hunting, so you just gotta go for it. 'Cause we crazy. I mean, hopefully there's something good up here. We'll see.
Got about an hour and a half of daylight left. We get maybe a mile and a half down the trail and stop at this one clear cut, and Sam spots a buck out there. You know, when you come on a trip like this, they tell you, be prepared, bring everything you got. It's gonna be windy, rainy, cold. Well, I thought to myself, well, I'll just bring everything I have and I'll be prepared. Well, I wasn't, and that turned out to be a bigger dilemma than I thought it would. As I had my hand inside the cover on the camera, that as I was hiking up and down the mountains, my body would heat up, and therefore my hand would heat up inside the the case, so it kind of made like a humid environment that the camera stayed in all day long. And that turned out to be pretty fatal. And what do you know? It doesn't work. The main camera went kaput, gone, wouldn't turn on, wouldn't do anything. The first thing I tell Paul to do is shoot, just shoot. I need to get this kill shot on film.
Somehow we managed to keep one buck there for Paul that stayed for probably close to 40 minutes in the clear cut.
And we finally got one.
This portion of Lethal is brought to you by Cooper Tires, don't give up a thing, and by Trophy Quest Adventures, let the journey begin.
45 minutes go by, and finally I put the tape back in the camera, close it up, turn it on, and it works. So the first thing I tell Paul to do is shoot, just shoot.
Nice shot.
Yes, victory!
Nice one.
Thanks, man.
Get some of that.
Finally. Man,
Tell the story, man.
we've been hunting 5 days, we've been hunting real hard. Last day, we just hiked about 5 miles. We get here, we see the buck, two bucks, the camera breaks, and we have to wait here an hour until it works again.
And he stayed.
Yeah,
With the deer call.
thank God. But yeah, he kept calling and they kept staying. They'd go back in the woods, he'd call again, and they'd come back out and check us out. And finally, the camera worked.
Somehow we managed to keep one buck there for Paul that stayed for probably close to 40 minutes in the clear cut.
Man, when I was looking at him through the scope, like thinking about shooting him, I wasn't nervous at all. But then like once the camera worked and it was time to shoot him, I was like,
Well, you didn't know how long the camera was gonna work.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
too much pressure, man. I've never been that nervous for a shot in my life. Like I'm usually just calm as can be.
I can't believe they stood there that long. Oh, that was amazing. Just wailing on the call. 2 of them came running in from behind us.
Yeah, I thought when we heard that one coming down the hill behind us, I thought it was over.
Well, it might have been. We just never got to see what was behind her. And that littler buck who came up on the side hill up there, he wasn't right with her.
Perfect.
Well, we got a lot of work now.
Go get you some. It's a deer with horns, it'll work. Got him.
He landed.
We finally got one. We've been here for 5 days. Just horrible weather, nothing cooperating, camera's not working. And finally the last hunt, we walked about, it felt like 5 miles, but who knows, through the craziest terrain I've ever hunted in. And finally saw one out here about 160, 170 yards. Made a good shot on him, and I'm pleased. I'm not gonna pass up an opportunity at a nice forked horn like this. I'm real happy to take him.